After I did a video on the false claims of the fictional character of Jesus Christ about that he will allegedly be spending 3 days, 3 entire days and 3 entire nights in the heart of the earth, that is in the grave, which turned out to not be true, and that according to the narrative, not that I believe that it happened, but even according to the narrative, he only spent a day and a half, unlike Jonah, whom he gave as an example. Jonah, according to the Bible, spent 3 entire days and 3 entire nights in the belly of the big fish. And so I received hundreds of comments from Christians threatening me that I will end up in hell, that I will go in hell, praying that I go to hell, and warning me that I might go to hell. And I respect the opinion of these Christians. But I was thinking of something that came to my mind. In most likelihood, according to the standards of the Bible, and I repeat, according to the standards of the Bible, people like Galileo Galilei, like Nicholas Copernicus, like Giordano Bruno, like Albert Einstein, like Maxwell, like Carl Friedrich Gauss, like Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, like Aristotle, Socrates, Plato, and like Leonardo Da Vinci, like Kepler, like Isaac Newton, and many, many other scientists, like Niels Bohr, for example, or Max Planck, will most likely end up in hell because they were not believers. Statistics show that the more educated a person is, the less likely it is for him or her to believe. And if he was a believer before he got sufficiently educated, he would become an unbeliever. In other words, the more a person of science one person is, the more likely it is for him or her to unbelieve, and the less likely it is for him or her to believe. To believe, when I say, I mean in the fairy tales of the Bible. And the point I'm trying to make and the argument I'm trying to raise is that these people that I mentioned, among many other scientists like Pythagoras, Archimedes, Ptolemaeus, etc., etc. There are hundreds of them, thousands. They will be in hell, and I would argue that Einstein et al. Will come up with such sophisticated air conditioning systems and HVAC systems to offset the heat of the hell, and they will practically and basically make heaven out of hell. In other words, if you want some sun and heat exposure, you can go and get some suntan And then if you need some cool days, nights, time, then you'll have the opportunity to be in a cool place, a very well air-conditioned place. There will be hundreds of thousands of intelligent people with whom you can meet and from whom you can learn a lot of things about science, about physics, about astronomy, about astrophysics, about math, mathematics, about geography, about biology, about the universe, etc., etc., etc. Conversely, according to the standards of the Bible, people like Stalin, Hitler, similar dictators, autocrats, molesters, pedophiles, etc., etc., as long as they say, Jesus, please forgive me, or God, please forgive me, they will be forgiven and they will immediately go to heaven. Immediately, I mean be stamped, so to speak, be designated as people destined for heaven. And so, in heaven, you will be among these people. Most of the prisoners I hear and see on the TV, for example, they accept Jesus Christ and they are going to heaven. So in most likelihood, you will be among a lot of prisoners over there and a lot of people who had committed during their lives horrible, terrible, horrific crimes, as opposed to people, unbelievers like Einstein, Niels Bohr, Max Planck, Galileo Galilei, Leonardo Da Vinci, which will end up in hell, and they will actually, I think, construct also beautiful irrigation systems, and there will be lush green vegetation over there. There will be, like I said, air conditioning, HVAC, you name it, technical progress, whereas in heaven will be regress. This is some food for thought that I wanted to give you today. Thank you for watching and listening.